Ciao, ragazzi. I'm going to guess I'm working. Yes. All right. Cool. Doo-dee-doo. Stand by for just a sec. All right. How is everybody? I say that like anybody's actually watching. But, optimism, right? The one watching is me. Doo-dee-doo, because I'm recording this on my other computer to make sure it works. And it looks like my sound should be okay. So, let's see. We've got, let me find this. So I found the DLI Headstart program. Doo-dee-doo. Headstart from the Defense Language Institute in Monterey. From 85, which is newer than the programmed course, which is from like 76. And I don't know when the fast course is from. '92. So, I'll be also using the Head Start now that I have it, and I found I'll put a link to that eventually, so you can download it if you want. And I've got a couple other resources I found that I haven't actually looked through yet to see if they're going to be useful. So on the fast course, we'll start that on day one. And for the Head Start course, we'll probably start that. So I'm going to dabble a little in this, a little in that. Play the recordings from the different courses, and then do the Rosetta Stone. That is my plan. And we're going to work on this every day until we can parle Italiano like we were born to it. What do you think? Let's see. I am up to Unit D, I think, of the program course. Unit D. Oh, is this the instructor's manual? That's not what I want. Yeah, I don't want the instructor's manual. I want my manual. There we go. Stress. Now let's find the audio for this, which is in the, stop that, which is in the programmed course in Volume 1, Unit D.
FSI Italian, Preliminary Unit D, Stress. In the preceding unit, we talked about pulse beats or syllables. The following utterance constitutes one syllable. Ah. The following constitutes two syllables.
The volume's a little low. I hope it's not. Oh, look at that. Let's turn that up.
Ah.
Oh my God, that's too high.
Frame 4. How many syllables does the following English word constitute? Give.
1.
The answer is 1. Frame 5. How many syllables are in the following English word? Giving.
2.
The answer is 2. Frame 6. The English sentence, "Give me 2 books," contains 4 words. How many syllables does it contain? The
4.
answer is 4. Depending upon the context, the sequence give plus me plus 2 plus books may be pronounced in different ways, making one syllable more prominent than all the others. Here is one context. The 2 underlined items show what is being contrasted. Context number 1. Don't show me 2 books, give me 2 books. Of the last 4 words in this context, the word give is pronounced somewhat more loudly than the rest. The item give is thus said to be stressed, and the other 3 words are referred to as unstressed. Here is another context with the underlined items again indicating what is being contrasted. Context number 2. Don't give him 2 books, give me 2 books. Frame 11. Of the last 4 words in context number 2, which is the stressed item?
Me.
The answer is me. Here is another context and another contrast. Context number 3. Don't give me 1 book, give me 2 books. Frame 13. Of the last 4 words in context number 3, which is the stressed item? The answer is 2.
2.
Here is context number 4. Context number 4. Don't give me 2 newspapers, give me 2 books. Frame 15. Of the last 4 words in context number 4, which is the stressed item? The answer
Books.
is books. The stress feature that we have just examined is important. The phrase give me in context number 1 does not imply the same thing, and hence does not mean the same thing as the phrase give me in context number 2. Frame 17. Does the phrase 2 books in context number 3 imply the same thing as the phrase 2 books in context number 4?
The answer
The
is
answer
no.
is no. Frame 18. Does the phrase 2 books then mean the same thing as the phrase 2 books?
No.
The answer is no. Although the stress feature that we have been examining is important in English, it is even more important in Italian, where very often the wrong stress on an individual word may change the meaning of the word. Listen to the following Italian utterance. It is the word for salt. You will hear it 3 times.
Sale.
Sali, sali, sali. Frame 21. How many syllables does the word contain?
2.
Sali. The answer is 2. Frame 22. Which syllable is stressed, the first or the second?
The first.
Sali. The answer is the first. Now here is a similar utterance. This word does not stand for salt, but expresses the idea it went up. Listen closely. Sali, sali, sali. Frame 24. How many syllables does the word contain? Sali.
2.
The
2.
answer is 2. Frame 25. Which syllable is stressed, the first or the second? Sali.
The
The answer
second.
is the second. Frame 26. As far as stress is concerned, then, is the Italian word for salt stressed like 2 books or 2 books? Listen again. Sali,
2 books.
sali,
2 books. The
sali.
first one.
The answer is like 2 books.
Frame 27. And what about the Italian word for it went up?
Holy
Is it
crap.
stressed like 2 books or 2 books?
Listen. Sali, sali, sali.
Like 2 books.
The answer is like 2 books.
I have no idea why that sped up like that. That was really weird.
Test. Answers not recorded. A. You will hear some English words, each said twice. Write in column 1 those words that are stressed like two books. Ali. The answer is the second. Frame 26. As far as stress is concerned, then, is the Italian word for salt stressed like two books or two books? Listen again. Sali. Sali. Sali.
It's like
The answer is
two
like
books.
two books.
Frame 27. And what about the Italian word for it went up? Is it stressed like two books or two books?
Listen. Sali. Sali.
It's
Sali.
like two books.
The answer is like two books. Test. Answers not recorded. A. You will hear some English words, each said twice. Write in column 1 those words that are stressed like two books. Write in column 2 those that are stressed like two books. 1. Able.
That would be
able.
over here in column 1.
2. Aboard.
That's
Aboard.
in column 2.
3. Against. Against. 4. Ago.
That's
Ago.
in column 2.
5. Attach. Attach.
I should do a I'll have to think about that. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, hey. How do I undo that? Right there. All right. Let's get back to the beginning of this test.
Ali. The answer is the second. Frame 26. As far as stress is concerned,
Okay.
then, is the Italian word for salt stressed like two books or two books? Listen again. Sali. Sali.
We get to
Sally.
listen to him sound like Mickey Mouse
The
again.
answer is like two books.
Frame 27. And what about the Italian word for it went up? Is it stressed like two books or two books?
Listen. Sali. 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 The answer is like two books. Test. Answers not recorded. A. You will hear some English words, each said twice. Write in column 1 those words that are stressed like two books. Write in column 2 those that are stressed like two books. 1. Able. Able.
I think it's stressed on
2.
the first part.
Aboard.
That's stressed
aboard.
on the second part.
3. Against.
Against. I think that's over
4.
here for 3.
Ago.
That's
ago.
over here. Whoops.
5. Attach. Attach.
I think that's over here.
6. Attack. Attack. 7. City. City. 8. Conclude. Conclude. 9. Ego.
I'd rather have that one over here.
Ego. 10. Even. Even. 11. Forbid. Forbid. 12. Foreign. Foreign. 13. Forget. Forget. 14. Idle. Idle. 15. Molest. Molest. 16. Monkey. Monkey. 17.
Key.
Obey.
That's not right.
Obey. 18. Ocean. Ocean. 19. Over. Over. 20. Practice. Practice. 21. Regret. Regret. 22. Using. Using. B. Now you will hear some Italian words, each said twice. Some will be stressed on the first syllable, like 2 books, and some stressed on the second syllable, like 2 books. As you hear each word, put a 1 or a 2 according to whether the word you hear is stressed on the first syllable or on the second. 1. Busto. Busto. 2. Città. Città. 3. Crede. Crede. 4. Dormi. Dormi. 5. Dormì. Dormì. 6. Faro. Faro. 7. Fini. Fini. 8. Papà. Papà. 9. Bussò. Bussò. 10. Terrà. Terrà. 11. Città. Città. 12. Salì. Salì. 13. Crede. Crede. 14. Terra. Terra. 15. Farò. Farò. 16. Finì. Finì. 17. Papa. Papa. 18. Parlo. Parlo. 19. Parlò. Parlò. 20. Sali. Sali. C. You will hear some 3-syllable English words, each said twice. As you hear them, write in column 1 those that are stressed like give me to. Write in column 2 those that are stressed like give me to. Write in column 3 those that are stressed like give me to. 1. Abandon. Abandon. 2.
I think I'm going to put the numbers in the columns.
Abruptly. Abruptly. 3. Absolute. Absolute. 4. Acquaintance. Acquaintance. 5. Activate. Activate. 6. Butterfly. Butterfly. 7. Disapprove. Disapprove. 8. Elastic. Elastic. 9. Irritate. Irritate. 10. Misconstrue. Misconstrue. 11. Represent. represent. 12.
Represent.
Understand. Understand. D. Now you will hear some Italian words, each said twice. Some will be stressed on the first syllable, like give me to. Some stressed on the second syllable, like give me to. And some stressed on the third syllable, like give me to. As you hear each word, write 1, 2, or 3, according to whether the word you hear is stressed on the first, the second, or the third syllable. 1. Capito. Capito. 2. Capito. Capito. 3. Capitò. Capitò. 4. Ancora. Ancora. 5. Ancora. Ancora. 6. Abito. Abito. 7. Abitò. Abitò. 8. Onesta. Onesta. 9. Onestà. Onestà. 10. Compito. Compito. 11. Buchino. Buchino. 12. Imitò. Imitò. 13. Leggera. Leggera. 14. Compito. Compito. 15. Compitò. Compitò. 16. Cantino. Cantino. 17. Unita. Unita.
Oops.
18.
Hang
Subito.
on.
Subito.
2 and 1.
19. Intimo. Intimo. 20. Buchino. Buchino.
1.
21. Principi. Principi.
2.
22. Perdono. Perdono. 23. Cantino. Cantino. 24. Perdonò. Perdonò. 25. Ripete. Ripete. 26. Intimo. Intimo. 27. Ripete. Ripete. 28. Ritorno. Ritorno. 29. Unità. Unità. 30. Risali. Risali. 31. Leggerà. Leggerà. 32. Perdono. Perdono. 33. Subito. Subito. 34. Imito. Imito. 35. Pagano. Pagano. 36. Ritornò. Ritornò. 37. Principi. Principi. 38. Risalì. Risalì. 39. Intimò. Intimò. 40. Pagano. Pagano. E. You will hear some four-syllable English words, each said twice. As you hear them, write in column 1 those that are stressed like, give me 2 books. Write in column 2 those that are stressed like, give me 2 books. Write in column 3 those that are stressed like, give me 2 books. Write in column 4 those that are stressed like, give me 2 books. 1.
Crap.
Accommodate. Accommodate.
I think accommodate is, oops, let me do that again. I think accommodate is there.
2. Appliances. Appliances. 3. Application. Application. 4. Applicator. Applicator. Those that are stressed like, give me 2 books. Write in column 2 those that are stressed. 3. Application. Application. 4. Applicator. Applicator. 5. Directional. Directional. 6. Disapproval. Disapproval. 7. Fascinating. Fascinating. 8. Incredible. Incredible. 9. Miserable. Miserable. 10. Misrepresent. Misrepresent. 11. Misunderstand. Misunderstand. 12. Prevalently. Prevalently. 13. Regrettable. Regrettable. 14. Revolution. Revolution. 15. Sacramental. Sacramental. 16. Tranquilizer. Tranquilizer. 17. Understanding. Understanding. F. Now you will hear some Italian items, each said twice. Some will be stressed on the first syllable, like give me 2 books. Some stressed on the second syllable, like give me 2 books. Some stressed on the third syllable, like give me 2 books. And some stressed on the fourth syllable, like give me 2 books. As you hear each item, write 1, 2, 3, or 4, according to whether the item you hear is stressed on the first, the second, the third, or the fourth syllable. 1. Guardatela. Guardatela. 2. Guardatela. Guardatela. 3. Guardatela. Guardatela. 4. Agustino. Agustino. 5. Addimostrò. Addimostrò. 6. Capitano. Capitano.
These
7.
are 3s up here.
Disonestà. Disonestà. 8. Cambiatelo. Cambiatelo. 9. Capacita. Capacita. 10. Capitolo. Capitolo. 11. Compratela. Compratela. 12. Lavateli. Lavateli. 13. Dimentico. Dimentico. 14. Benefici. Benefici. 15. Capitano. Capitano. 16. Addimostro. Addimostro. 17. Violino. Violino. 18. Risollevò. Risollevò. 19. Capitolò. Capitolò. 20. Risollevo. Risollevo. 21. Aguzzino. Aguzzino. 22. Abitino. Abitino. 23. Lavateli. Lavateli. 24. Benefici. Benefici. 25. Cambiatelo. Cambiatelo. 26. Capacità. Capacità. 27. Dimenticò. Dimenticò. 28. Calamita. Calamita. 29. Compratela. Compratela. 30. Principino. Principino. 31. Temperino. Temperino. 32. Accomodo. Accomodo. 33. Compratela. Compratela. 34. Maledico. Maledico. 35. Violino. Violino. 36. Maledico. Maledico. 37. Capitano. Capitano. 38. Calamità. Calamità. 39. Temperino. Temperino. 40. Accomodò. Accomodò. 41. Disonesta. Disonesta. 42. Principino. Principino. 43. Abitino. Abitino. Check your answers with your instructor.
I ran out of answer
This
spaces.
is the end of the recorded portion for preliminary unit D.
Alrighty. Wish I'd thought about the pencil when I was doing this. So I think I got 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This one was a mistake. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. These are all my crappy answers. 17 I missed. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say 17 is 2. So let me find the answer key, which is over here, unit D, frames, blah, blah, blah. Up, there we go. Oh, those are frame responses. All right. Oh, I see. Those are the words. And here's the answers. All right. So 1 is 1. 2 through 6 are 2. 1 is 1. 2 through 6 are 2. 7 is 1. 8 is 2. So it's 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Starting with 7. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. 1. Oh, I guess this must have been with 9. All right. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. That gets us through 11, right? And then 12 is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. That's starting with 12. Yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1. 18, 19, and 20 are all 1. 18, 19, and 20. That should have been 2. Oh, there's my other 1 right there. 19 and 20, and then do we end up with 2 and 1? We do. All right. So I missed 1, 2, I missed 3 in this section out of 22. And if I screwed up my counting, if I gave myself credit for something I shouldn't have given myself credit for, which I am prone to do because I think I'm really bitching, Dunning-Kruger and all that. Comment. Let me know. Say, hey, dumbass. I think the Spanish word is pendejo. I don't know what that is in Italian yet. But say, hey, pendejo, you screwed this one up. I am open to feedback of any kind. All right, so in section B, we got 1, hang on. 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1. And then 7 is 1, I hope. 7 is 1. 8 is 2, 2, 2, 1, 2. Starting with 8. 2, 2, 2, 1, 2. That gets us to 13, which is 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, starting with 13. 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, and then 2, 1. And then 2, 1. Part C. Oh, what are you? 2, 3, 4. I got minus 4 here. Minus 4. 4 out of 20, which is crappy. All right. My camera seems to have dropped dead. I wonder why. Oh, my background is falling down too. Whoops. Well, there's me not moving. There's me moving. Oh well, anyway. I don't know why my camera's not working. Let me try this. Oh, that didn't fix it. All right. I never know why anything's not working. As long as my desktop is working. That, I think, is the important part. So we got 2, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, and then 3. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. 7 way over on the end. 7, 8, and 9 coming back in. 7, 8. Oh, 9 I missed. I got 10 in the middle. Nope. 10, 11, and 12 are all at the end. So I missed 10 and 11. That's minus 3 in that section. I suck at this. And see, they only go to 40 here too. But he ran through 43 words. What's up with that? Yeah, see, there's 43 here. That's interesting. Oh no, that's later on. That's in that one. All right. Never mind. We're good. All right. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. So that gets us through there. Three, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. 3, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3 gets us through there, right? Two, 1, 3, 1, 2, 1. 2, 1, 3, 1, 2, 1 gets us through there. 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3 gets us through there. I was doing well. Then I missed one. I'm still doing better in this section than I was in the others. So we're starting on 25. 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. And then with 31, we've got 312, 113. 312, 113. 312, 113 gets us through 36. And then 332 wraps us up. 3 up, 2. 1, 2, what? 1, 2, 3. Did I only miss 3? Minus 3. All right. Now let's see how bad this section is. So we got 2, 2, 3, 1. 2, 2, 3, 1, 2. 2, 2, 3, 1, 2 through 5. 3, 1, 2, 1, 4. 3, 1, 2, 1, 4. 3, 1, 2, 1, 4. And 11 is 4, 1, 2, 3, 3. 4, 1, 2, 3, 3. Whoops. And then 1 and 3. 1 and 3. So I only missed 1 in that section. Whoops. Oh yeah, I don't have my pen over here. I have my pen over there. So we got 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. Three, 4, 2, 2, 2. 3, 4, 2, 2, 2. 2, 1, 2, 2, 4. 2, 1, 2, 2, 4. 16, right? 3, 3, 4, 4, 3. 3, 3, 4, 4, 3. 21 is 2, 3, 2, 3, 1. 2, 3, 2, 3, 1. 26 is 4, 4, 3, 1, 3. 4, 4, 3, 1, 3. And then 31 is 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. It's a palindrome. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. And 36 through 40 is 3, 1, 4, 3, 4. 3, 1, 4, 3, 4. and then 3, 2, 1. And then 3, 2, 1. So 1, 2, 3. I missed 3 in that section. All right. Well, that was weird. That was interesting. Weird. That was interesting. The critique I've read about this program course is it's heavy on the phonology, how the sounds are made and everything. I won't know until I get into it, but that's kind of why I want to do the FAST and the Headstart also. This is the Headstart course with Naked David. Let me read through this real quick. You're about to begin a course designed to enable you to communicate in situations which you are likely to encounter in Italy. The emphasis of the course is on speaking and understanding Italian, and you will be working extensively with tapes. You will also learn to read traffic signs and signs found in public buildings. Individual learning styles vary, and we have built in a certain amount of flexibility into the materials to accommodate these variations. The recommendations that we make here have been successful for most students. If you have approaches that work better for you, by all means use them. 1. We discourage you from trying to read the Italian without listening to the tape. If you attempt to read first and then listen to the tape, you'll quickly discover that in many cases what you hear doesn't sound anything like what you see, and you'll have wasted valuable time. You will notice that when some words are pronounced by themselves, they will sound different from the way they sound in a sentence. Look at the English sentence, "Did you eat yet?" which usually comes out as something like, "Eat yet?" Italian is no different, so pay careful attention to the way words combine with each other in sentences. You should never repeat anything you don't understand. Well, that means I won't be repeating anything. This does not mean that you must be able to translate everything word for word. It simply means that you should be able to attach a meaning to what you hear and repeat. A good technique is to try to form pictures of what you are repeating. That's what Rosetta Stone does. It teaches you based on the pictures. So you associate the sound of the word with the picture rather than the sound of the word with the English. And I've been through DLI for German, 175 years ago, and ich habe fast alles vergessen. But what they stressed there and what my high school German teacher stressed is that you don't want to be translating in your head. You don't want to hear the Italian, translate it into English, come up with an answer, translate it back into Italian and speak it out. You want the Italian to come in, you know what it means, and you spit the Italian out without any English being involved. And I think that's the big challenge for native speakers, whatever your native language is, in learning the first language. From what I understand, once you get the first one down, you've already trained yourself to do that. And it's easier to pick up subsequent languages once you're able to think like that, from what I understand. We'll see. I was never very good at German. But I do remember German. The German word for window is Fenster. Das Fenster, I think. And it's Finisterra in Italian, which I picked up from Duolingo. So what I do see is that between German and French and English and Spanish, or German and English and French and Spanish, there's kind of a lot of overlap. Not necessarily between all of them, but amongst them. So once I get Italian down, I want to do French, and I think I have somewhere in my resources an Italian to French course. Um, I think that's kind of the deal. You know, Italian, Spanish, French, they're all Romance languages, and they're all really closely related. Um, Portuguese is in there too, and I think once you pick up one, picking up the other Romance languages will hopefully be pretty easy. So that's the long term goal. If you want to look 18 years from now, we'll be looking at a second language. Um, let's see. A good technique is to try to form pictures of what you're repeating. In certain kinds of exercises, you'll find yourself becoming very adept at making the correct responses without being aware of what you're saying. Guard against this. Always think about what you're saying. When you begin to think in Italian, you'll find it much easier to monitor what you've been saying. It won't matter if there's no word-for-word correspondence between the Italian and the English, because you won't be thinking in English. By translating words, you'll be translating thoughts. You may need to refer to your book the first time you do some of the exercises, but don't be satisfied with your performance until you can do the tape without referring to the book. If you cannot keep up with the tape, take it a bit slower. We're going to take it really slow. We're going to redo it and redo it and redo it until we get it down. Stop the tape and give yourself some time to formulate your response. Repeat the exercises a couple of times. If you still can't keep up, go on to the next exercise or take a break and then try again. At first, it'll seem like you're never going to be able to make out some of the sounds you hear. Remember that you're overcoming 20, 30, 40, or in my case, 100 years of speech habit, and your muscles will need some retraining. It's almost as though you suddenly had to start writing with your other hand. And it can be done, but it'll take some practice. Remember to enunciate clearly and articulate distinctly, and to project your voice as if you were an anchorman broadcasting the 6 o'clock news. You will sometimes find grammar notes and literal translations in the notes on the conversation immediately following the conversation, and sometimes as appropriate with the exercises. The grammar notes are important only if they fit your particular learning style and make it easier for you to learn the material. Memorizing grammar rules is not an objective for this course. There's a guy on the tube of you named Ollie Richards. Look him up if you get a chance. And that's what he says. His philosophy is to completely ignore the grammar and just teach you to speak the language. And that's the big complaint I hear about Rosetta Stone and probably, Duolingo and Babbel and the others, is they don't give you any grammatical context. But I think that's the whole point. The point of these is to teach you to learn the way you learned your first language. And when you were 2, 3, you didn't know crap about grammar. And nobody bothered teaching you about grammar. They started when you were a baby and they would say, baby, book, hungry? And you would then associate those with pictures, images, or feelings, right? So I think that's the point here. Don't worry about the grammar. The grammar will come. You'll get the grammar over time. Let's see. Lastly, and most importantly, practice speaking Italian at every opportunity. Talk to your instructor, talk to your classmates, to yourself, to your plants, to your dog. Use what you've learned. Don't be afraid to experiment with the words and structures you learn. Play with the language, make new sentences, even if you have to use an English word. Express your thoughts. That's what language is all about. Blah, blah, blah. Consists of modules and tapes, pronunciation. the 5 modules. Conversation, notes, exercises, and self-evaluation. I get the idea this Headstart course is designed to be an on-your-own thing, so it'll fit right in here, right? Unit-by-unit objectives for each modules are stated at the beginning. Some modules contain supplementary vocabulary lists just before the self-evaluation quizzes. And a glossary. Separate booklet contains the cumulative glossary. Once I download this zip file and put a link in for it, the glossary is one of the you've got the glossary, the textbook, something else, and then all the tapes. Modules 1 through 3, excluding the expansion units, are mandatory and should be studied in sequence. Average completion time for students who have never studied Italian is 30 to 40 hours. The expansion units and modules 4 and 5 are optional, but for me, nothing's optional. We're going to do every bit of everything. Material because I really want to learn Italian. I've really wanted to learn it my whole life. My dad was like, "Oh, I don't remember any Italian." If I haven't told you that story, my dad was Italian. His parents, my grandparents, came over from Italy. So he grew up in an Italian house in an Italian neighborhood in New York, where everybody spoke Italian, and Italian was probably his first language. He spoke Italian at home and English out on the street or at school or whatever. And when I was a kid, I'd tell him, teach me Italian, teach me some Italian. And, all he'd ever say is aspet or andiamo. And, aspet means just wait a minute. He loved that. And he'd tell me he didn't remember any of his Italian. Couldn't remember any of it, didn't know any of it, couldn't teach me any of it because he didn't want his kids to be hyphenated Americans. He didn't want them to be Italian Americans like he grew up being an Italian American. He didn't want that for us. He wanted us to be pure Americans. So we all are. We only speak English. And then after he retired, my folks went to Italy. And they were touring Italy. And they were at a cafe. And in the cafe, they needed something. I don't know what. I don't know exactly what the situation was, but they couldn't get the waiter's attention. The waiter was obviously just ignoring the stupid Americans. Well, my dad remembered every bit of his Italian, probably especially all the profanity, and he started screaming in Italian in the middle of the restaurant. And suddenly the waiter was there, and the maitre d' was there, and somebody else was there, and they were all trying to calm him down, find out what he wanted. And then it was like, oh, yeah, we'll get you whatever, it's okay. It's like, whatever, why did it have to come to that? But that's where the whole bullshit line, I don't remember my Italian, kind of died. And he still didn't teach us any Italian, so. And ironically, studies I've seen said if, in like the first 6 or 8 months of a child's life, of a baby's life, if you're speaking to them in multiple languages, that's where it really imprints the ability to pick up languages. And if you do that and speak to them in multiple languages, they get the syntax and they're kind of pre-programmed to learn languages. And, they didn't do that. And I didn't hear that until after my kids were too old to do it too. Otherwise, I would have just, put on Telemundo or something and let that run in the background. Let's see, 30 to 40 hours. Modules 4 and 5. When you've completed the first 3, you can study any parts of modules 4 and 5 that are of interest to you. If you've studied Italian before, you'll probably be able to cover all 5 in about 40 hours. Contents of each module are shown below. There's all the contents. How to study the course. Select a proper tape. Start the tape. Oh, yeah, this part's interesting. Words that you need in English but don't need in, or you need in Italian, don't need in English, they're in parentheses. And words that you need in English that you don't need in Italian are in brackets. I guess it will make sense once we start seeing some of that. All right. Hope you will enjoy your study. That's the tape index, and then it gets down to phonology, tells you, I guess, different dialects within Italy. And then this, I think, is where, nope. I think there's a phonology tape. So we'll do that. I may do a live stream. I'm going to get another microphone, another USB microphone tomorrow, and so I can get this going, because I need to get Rosetta Stone able to understand me.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. Yeah, see, it doesn't hear the microphones in this thing. Buongiorno. 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 Yeah, I'll mess with that again tomorrow when I have another microphone. So we'll do another live stream tomorrow and see how that goes, and then I'll go through the rest of the Headstart thing and get familiar with that and see what else we got going. If you tuned in, thanks for tuning in. I hope if you watch this later, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comments, anything, leave them in the comment section. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Ciao.